All right, guys, in this section, we are going to learn what is ARV, or after repair value. So there are two main things that you want to know if a deal or a flipped or rehab property is a deal for you. All right. The first is the after repair value, or ARV, and the second is your repair costs, or your holding costs together. Okay. So what is ARV? ARV is the after repair value. I've said that a couple of times, but what does that mean? After repair value means after you have rehabbed the property, after you've put money into it, what can you sell it for? Okay, so our example earlier in the course was a $100,000 property. We put $40,000 into, which is $140,000. We sold for $230,000. All right, so the $230,000 in that scenario is the ARV. Okay, now how do you find ARV? How do you come up with that number? There's a couple of different ways. Number one is get a good real estate agent. Okay, if you aren't a real estate agent and you don't want to mess with a realtor, which we'll go into a little bit better how to do that later in the course, is to find the comps or the comparable properties within a certain mile radius of the property that you're looking at, okay, and seeing what the price per foot of those rehab properties were. So how do you do this? You're going to get your property's square footage. So let's say it's 1,000 feet, okay? Our rule of thumb is 200 square feet above and 200 square feet below within a mile to mile and a half radius of the property. Now, in Nashville, you have to be very, very careful, and I'm sure there's other areas as well. You could go one block, okay, less than a quarter of a mile, and the pricing can be very different. So make sure that you know your area well enough to know how far out that you could or should go. All right. So once you have your repair values and you have everything that you're wanting to know, all right, and you've done your 200 square feet above and 200 below, you're going to get 4 or 5 properties that you can look at. So what do you look at? You look at the finishes. You're going to look at what year they were built. Were they rehabbed? Are they new construction? You never want to go against new construction when you're using rehab. You throw those out. I also always throw out the highest and the lowest because I want to know the generalized area of what I'm selling. So as a review, the ARV, or after repair value, one of the best ways to do that is through a realtor. The other way to do that we just spoke about. Once you get that after repair value of our example of $230,000, you're going to be able to know whether this deal is for you or not.